Batman versus Superman, themes of fear, power, and misunderstanding. Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most epic showdowns in comic book history, Batman versus Superman. These two iconic characters have captured our hearts and imaginations for decades, but this particular battle explores some really deep themes: fear, power, and misunderstanding. So let's jump right in and unpack what makes this clash so memorable. First up, let's talk about our two heroes. We've got Batman, also known as Bruce Wayne. He's a guy who's seen a lot of darkness in his life. Witnessing his parents' murder really shaped him into the vigilante he is today. He's driven by a desire to protect Gotham City at all costs, often working in the shadows. Now, on the flip side, we have Superman, or Clark Kent, who's basically an alien with godlike powers. He embodies hope and justice, but that puts him at odds with those who are intimidated by what he can do. The contrast between Batman's gritty, street-level approach and Superman's superhuman qualities is what makes their dynamic so interesting. Now let's dig into the theme of fear. This is a big one. Batman's whole deal is about control, and he sees Superman as a threat to that control. Why? Because Superman's power instills fear in those who don't understand it, including Batman himself. Remember that explosive showdown in Metropolis? The destruction during the battle leaves the public terrified. It raises questions like, what if Superman goes rogue? What if he decides to use his powers for destruction instead of good? This fear of the unknown pushes Batman to take action against someone he should actually be aligning with. Let's move on to power dynamics, which is another critical layer in this story. Superman represents ultimate power, and that can be a double-edged sword. While he's out there saving lives, people are worried that he might misuse that power someday. Batman sees this threat and believes that he has to keep Superman in check. Enter the infamous kryptonite plan. Batman thinks, if I can bring him down to my level, then maybe I can regain control. This struggle for power leads to a dynamic that's not just about physical strength, but also about moral responsibility. In a world where someone can literally fly and shoot lasers from their eyes, trying to balance that power is quite a task. It reflects the real-world issues we face, the responsibility that comes with power, and how it can often lead to fear instead of admiration. Now let's talk a bit about misunderstandings, also a huge player in this conflict. Throughout the movie, the two heroes jump to conclusions about each other. Lex Luthor, the villain of this piece, does a fantastic job of feeding into their fears. He manipulates the media, shapes public opinion, and ultimately drives a wedge between Batman and Superman. Remember those scenes where Batman sees Superman as a god to be feared, while Superman tries to figure out why this masked man is gunning for him? It's all a massive game of telephone. Miscommunication and lack of trust lead to that legendary face-off, which could have been avoided if they had just talked it out. Something that happens in life more often than we'd like to admit. So to wrap things up, the themes of fear, power, and misunderstanding in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice are more than just dramatic plot points. They reflect very human struggles that we all face. We often let fear dictate our actions and perceptions, whether it's about people, situations, or even our own abilities. And just like Batman and Superman, we can find ourselves at odds with those who are ultimately on our side. Understanding and communication really are key. What did you think about this epic showdown? Do you view Superman as a hero or a potential menace? Let's chat about it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this discussion, hit that subscribe button for more insights into your favorite superhero stories. Don't forget to check out the movie if you haven't already. There's so much more to explore in this epic conflict. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.